Hello everyone, today we are going to revise Unit 1, Oxford Discover, Grammar and Vocabulary. Part 1 is Vocabulary Check. We are going to revise the meaning of the given words. Okay. So what does it mean if someone is blonde-haired?
Well, mister, I guess blonde-haired is light-colored hair or complexion, like he has hair and blue eyes.
I see. Okay, so we can use it to describe people.
Yes.
Great. Okay. My second question is about combination, and I guess it's related to the internet.
So it's a set of letters or numbers in a particular order which can be used to open some types of locks.
So I can use it, it's like a password?
Yes, maybe.
All right. The next word is confusion, and it's a noun.
I guess confusion is when people do not understand what is happening, what they should do, or who someone or something is. And also there seems to be some confusion over who is actually giving the talk.
So if you are in a state of confusion, probably you do not understand what's going to happen or what's going on. So
Yes.
you cannot make up your mind on something.
Yes,
Right.
I'm confused.
Yes. If I say I'm a courageous person, what does it mean? Or a courageous decision?
It means that I have to show courage.
So it's like brave, being brave. Great.
Yes.
Okay. Can you use it in a sentence?
Well, we can say it was a courageous decision to resign and protest at the company's pollution record. Or another one is it was courageous of her to challenge the managing director's decision.
Well done. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. No, I understand it. Okay. I have heard the word eccentric, and I do not really know what it means. Can you tell me, please?
I guess it means strange or unusual, sometimes in a humorous way.
So I can say his behavior is strange or unusual.
Or eccentric.
I see. Okay. What about enthusiastic? What's that?
Well, to be enthusiastic, it means to be very interested in and involved with a particular subject or activity.
For example, yes.
Yes, like when I say, you don't seem very enthusiastic about the party. Don't you want to go tonight?
I see. This word is very strange because I guess it's not English, purely English, but it says doppelganger. And what does it mean?
Well, I'm not sure, but I guess a doppelganger is a spirit that looks exactly like a living person, or a person who looks exactly like someone else, but who is not related to him.
So if someone is identical to you, he looks so much like you, we say,
He is my doppelganger.
yes. Okay. Now we have something else, derivatives, and sometimes in English we have some verbs, we have nouns, adjectives. But the good thing is that sometimes we can derive a noun from a verb, or even we have an adjective and we can make it as a noun.
Yes.
So, for example, confuse, I know it's a verb. What's the noun?
I suppose it's confusion.
And similar is an adjective, right? So what's the noun?
The noun is similarity.
Safety, I know safety because it's a noun. Or maybe I'm going to the adjective.
I guess the adjective is safe.
It's like to be safe.
Yes.
Okay. Unique is an adjective, and what's the noun?
I suppose it's going to be uniqueness.
Okay. Measure is a verb. It's like when you measure something, and
Yes.
the noun is.
It's measurement.
Okay. I know it's a scanner because I have one at home. But what's the verb for that?
The verb from scanner is scan.
Okay. And now combination is a noun, right? Because it ends in shin. Okay. And the
Yes.
verb is.
The verb is to combine.
Okay, I know what identity is, but what's the adjective?
I guess it's identical.
Yes, and does it have, I don't know, we have an adjective noun. What's the verb? Yes, because there is no verb here. Is it identify? Can you use
Yes,
it?
I suppose so.
Okay, thank you very much. So now we have something called affixes, and if you have noticed the previous parts, we have some letters that we can add when we change a noun, a verb to a noun, or an adjective to a noun. So what's that word, mister?
I guess it's unacceptable.
And I know accept, but why do we say unacceptable? Well, how can we divide it? The root is accept. I know
Yes.
that's the root, but we have other two parts.
I guess when we add the prefix un, it gives us the negative meaning of the word.
Excuse me, what is a prefix?
So I suppose a prefix is a group of letters placed before the root of the word.
Well, it's usually at the beginning of the word. Okay, and what about the last part? Is it a prefix too?
Now I see here a word called a suffix. So suffixes are groups of letters placed after the root of the word.
So that means when we have the root, we have two possibilities. We can add
A prefix
uh-huh.
or a suffix.
And why do we do that?
I guess they change the meaning a little, I'm not sure.
So do you think it's a good way to build my vocabulary if I use prefixes and suffixes?
Of course, I can have some endless possibilities.
It's like impossible and unreasonable and right?
And unhappy too.
Unhappy, yes, I see. That's good, thank you. Alright, today we are going to talk about the present tense. And when we talk about the present, we have present simple, right? Present continuous. What's the other one? Is it present perfect, right?
Yes.
So now we have three forms for present: simple, continuous, and perfect, right?
Yes.
I know present simple because it sounds easy. Where do you live, mister?
Well, I live in Sharm el-Sheikh.
And if I say they live next door to us, is it a fact?
Yes,
So I can use present simple.
of course.
They work. Where do you work?
Well, I work in St. Joseph's School.
So it's something that happens regularly, or when we talk about fact. Like, what time do you get home?
Well, I get home by 3.
I see. And what time do you usually get up?
I get up at 6 in the morning.
So that's your daily routine, I guess. It's something which is part of your routine. Okay. How about when we talk about this classroom? Do you think it's big or small?
Well, yes, it's quite big.
So when I say it's quite big, this is present simple too. It's a fact.
Yes.
It will not change, I guess. Okay. Do you think that the Nile is the longest river in Africa?
Yeah, I know for a fact. It's the longest line in Africa.
So we can use present simple when we talk about a fact.
Yes.
So what about present continuous? Is it the same story like present simple?
No.
Why not?
In here we say it's about something that is happening at the moment of speaking. It's happening now.
Now, what are we doing here?
We are studying English.
So if I say I cannot hear you, I listen to a podcast or I'm listening to a podcast.
I think we should say I'm listening to a podcast because I'm doing it now.
At the moment of speaking.
Yes.
I see. All right. When I say please be quiet, the children are sleeping or the children sleep.
I guess are sleeping because they are sleeping at the moment.
Okay. When I say I'm reading a great book these days, which tense is it?
I am reading. I guess it's present continuous.
And if I say I love reading books, Is it present continuous?
No, and here we are talking about a fact. I guess this is present simple.
I see. Okay. So usually we can talk about something temporary. Like these days, can you tell me what are you doing these days?
Well, these days I am revising my schoolwork.
I see. So that's maybe the difference between present simple and present continuous, right?
Yes, mister.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have something called present perfect, and it's a new tense because I guess you know how to form it, right? It's usually have, has, right?
Has, yeah.
Yes,
And the past participle?
yes, that's true. Okay, so we have or has, and past participle. And is it past or present? I mean, why do we use it? Do we use it to talk about present, talk about past? Because I'm really in a state of confusion about how to use it.
I suppose it's about something that happened in the past, but it still has something to do with the present.
So there is some sort of connection.
Yes, it's still connected to the present.
Okay. So if you say something like, today I have seen him twice. So here, do you think the day is over?
No.
There is the possibility that I may see him the third time.
I may see him a third or fourth time even.
So, I see. Okay. And if we talk about something that started in the past and continues to the present, like you are a great teacher, I know. How long have you been teaching English now?
Well, I have been teaching English for 11 years.
So you started 11 years ago.
Yes.
And you are still.
I'm still a teacher now.
Yes. So, but what if I say I was a teacher for 10 years? Do you think I'm still a teacher now?
I was a teacher, I guess I stopped being a teacher.
So maybe you have a career shift or something.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Well, what if we talk about general experience? Like, how many times have you been to Australia? Have you ever been to Australia?
Well, I have never been to Australia.
So what countries have you been to?
Well, I have been to Saudi Arabia, I have been to Kuwait, and I also have been to the Congo. So I guess I went there and then I came back, but maybe someday I will go there again.
So you're talking about your life experiences,
Yes.
the countries that you have been to. Okay, I can see a ring in your finger, Mister. That means you're married, right?
Yes.
You are married.
I
Great.
have been married for about 7 years.
So you got married 7 years ago?
Yes.
And you are still married. But my situation is different because let me tell you that I was married for 8 years. Do you think I'm still married?
No, when you say it like this, I was married, it means that now you are not.
So I'm talking about past only, right?
Yes,
What
something-
about you?
Something happened in the past, but well, in my case, I say I have been married for 7 years. Yes.
Oh, I see that. Okay, now I understand the difference between the present perfect and past simple. Thank you very much.
Me too. Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Me too.
Okay, a second.